So I recently hit 19,000 subscribers, and as a special video I thought I'd do a part 2 to Rockstar's attention to detail in Bully. So let's begin with NPC trouble meters. Unlike the Grand Theft Auto series, where it often feels like you're the only person with a wanted level, all non-authority figures in Bully actually have a trouble meter of their own. And this can be seen quite easily if two students fight in front of a prefect or a cop. They'll run away while being chased by said authority figure. All NPCs also have a trouble meter for trespassing. For example, if a male NPC is caught in the girls' dorm, they'll be caught by Miss Peabody. If any NPC is caught in the asylum or out after curfew, they'll also be chased by prefects or police. However, this doesn't exactly apply to everybody, as some peds are excluded from this, like female NPCs in the girls' dorm can walk around without any issues, and old people at the retirement home can also walk around without issues as well. Same goes for adults after curfew. While unseen, girls also have a trouble meter for trespassing in the boys' dorm, although this does go unused in the final game, most likely because you can't get any girl in the boys' dorm and there's also a lack of authority figures in here, and this can only be seen if you actually use a mod to play as a girl, however. One of the most popular ways to travel in Bully is by skateboarding, and Rockstar didn't spare the small details with this either. If Jimmy hits a wall or tries to skateboard upstairs, he will actually lose a small bit of health. So you can actually get knocked out by this. You don't lose that much health however, but by using a mod to see our health, we can see exactly how much health we lose when we hit a wall. For example, we lose 4 health points when we hit a wall, and 6 by falling up the stairs. And if Jimmy hits a wall at fast speed, head on, he'll actually fall off his skateboard. Also, during Chapter 3, when it completely snows over, the skateboard and various spikes will adapt to the snowy weather, as seen here. When Jimmy enters the girls' dorm, girls will always get scared and run off, regardless of his standing with them. Same thing will happen if Jimmy enters the girls' toilets. However, if Jimmy doesn't have 100% respect with the girls, sometimes they may slap him, kick him in the balls and call him a pervert.
I hear something that concerns me. What is that sound?
While inside the girls' dorm, if a full red trouble meter is gained, only female faculty members will spawn, these being Ms. Phillips, Edna, Miss Danvers among others.
Come here, you little...
Much like Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead, Bully has the ability to be busted by authority figures. However, depending on circumstances, each busted scenario will be different. Most of you will know these, but I think it's a great detail Rockstar put in depending on what time and where Jimmy is, as opposed to just spawning him outside the police station like GTA and Red Dead do. If Jimmy gets busted during class time, which is 9 AM to 11 AM or 1 PM to 3 PM by a prefect, the player will be forced to attend the class, against their will.
Good thing that's done.
Did I make myself clear?
If Jimmy gets busted by police during class time, the player will always be dropped off outside the academy gates by the police.
Don't bother with this stuff, kid. It's gonna ruin your life.
If Jimmy gets busted by police or prefects outside of class hours, they'll either spawn outside the nearest police station or Dr. Crabble Snitch's office. And as many of you know, if Jimmy has been busted a set amount of times, the player may also be forced to do detention as opposed to reprimanding.
You
Does he
forced
ever
the
shut up?
staff to drag you in here. Quite extraordinary. This is your only warning. Don't mess up again. That is all, Hopkins.
If the player gets busted inside Happy Vault's asylum before Chapter 5, they'll be kicked out and spawn outside the asylum gates. In Chapter 5 however, Jimmy will spawn outside the Blue Skies police station. If you get busted after 7 PM by prefects, Jimmy will be sent straight to his dorm room. And finally, if you get busted at 1:30 AM by police, Jimmy will be dropped off at school the next morning by the police, implying Jimmy has spent a night in the cells. It's kind of amazing that Rockstar put this much detail into such a simple game mechanic. In the mission The Big Game, Jimmy dresses up as the mascot to infiltrate the jocks and sabotage their game, alongside humiliating them in front of everybody. During this mission however, while Jimmy is in costume, everybody except the nerds will be hostile to Jimmy, even the preppies and the greasers who supposedly have 100% respect with Jimmy. This is because Rockstar coded the NPCs to believe the mascot isn't Jimmy, but instead it's Konstantinos, who was the guy Jimmy beat up in a nice outfit for the mascot outfit. A large majority of the stores in Bully have different shopkeepers. With the exception of Shiny Bikes and the Yum Yum Market in Bulworth Town and Bulworth Vale, every store has a different shopkeeper. Every store also has its own theme. I won't play them all, but each store has its own music playing when Jimmy enters it. Another bit of detail in the stores is they actually close, unlike the GTA series where they're open 24/7. If the player approaches any store aside from the comic book store, because that is one of Jimmy's safe houses, and the Yum Yum Market stores, they will all close at 11 PM. If you're standing in front of one at 11 PM, you can quickly see the sign turn to closed and the door becomes locked until tomorrow morning. One of Bully's most recognisable features is its soundtrack. However, if you decide to mute the soundtrack, you can hear some incredibly detailed ambience of Bulworth. Depending on where you are, the ambience will change accordingly.
To Adam, he said, because you listened to your wife and ate from the tree about which I commanded you.
Another bit of a useless feature, but the player can actually slow down banisters. However, that's not all. If a student is waiting at the bottom of a banister, Jimmy can knock the student over.
Hey, someday I'm gonna really give it to those three scumbags.
Sometimes Jimmy can see students smoking around the school, often during lunchtime and after class. Some students can be seen threatening or flat out bullying others, such as being held by the collar, shoved into a locker or being given a swirly. Sometimes when a fight breaks out between you or random NPCs, a little kid will go and snitch to a prefect about it, who will then rush to break it up. Also, when roaming Bulworth Academy, sometimes you can see another student bullying another, and Jimmy can actually step in to break it up, either by taunting the bully, or by asking the bullied student if they want help.
Let him go!
You really want to start something?
You better run!
Guess what time it is? Yep.
This also has gendered responses, like if a girl's being bullied, Jimmy will say something like "let her go," and if it's a boy, Jimmy will say something like "hey, he's my friend." Depending on what chapter you're in and who you're doing missions for, the mission completed jingles will all be different. When the player wakes up at 8 AM, if you head outside the school, you might see Mr. LUNTZ, the school janitor, brushing for a while, giving the immersion he's actually doing his job. This is also the only way the player can acquire the broom weapon. If Jimmy travels to a clique's turf and goes up to spray a wall, he will always spray an insult aimed at that specific clique who hang out there. If anybody from that clique sees this, they will attack Jimmy on sight. Likewise, if an NPC goes to tag up a wall, they will always spray a message about one of their rivals. For example, if you're on greaser territory, you will see a greaser run up to the wall and spray paint something about the preps, the nerds, or the jocks. One of the most useless features in Bully is that Jimmy can use urinals and the toilet. Other male NPCs can too. If you wait inside one of the school toilets, an NPC will come in and have a piss. Jimmy can also drop a firecracker down the toilet and sometimes see a special surprise blow back out of it. Sometimes when Jimmy enters the toilets as well, he can see a student giving another student a swirly, or two students making out in one of the stalls. This might not be considered a specific detail, but at least on Bully Anniversary Edition, if you play in Japanese, you only have to get 15% to pass the English
Charity
class.
case.
This was most likely done as native Japanese players might struggle more with English class than say a native French speaker, for example. That's a nice thought from Rockstar in my opinion.
That's right! Well done! I can't help but wonder how you do with a more challenging curriculum.
Now this one might be a bit more of in-game lore as opposed to detail, but I think it's a bit of detail to Bully's lore, if that makes sense. Anyway, as we know, the preps in Bully are the rich kids and they often can be heard gloating about their dad's businesses or whatever. However, two of the preps, Darby Harrington and Tad Spencer, might have local businesses around Bulworth. For example, while go-karting, you can see in-game billboards for Harrington Oil, which could imply Darby Harrington's family are in the oil business, while in Blue Skies Industrial Park there's a factory called Spencer Shipping, which could imply Tad Spencer's family are in the shipping business. And even Jimmy himself references this in the mission Smash It Up. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed and thank you very much for watching and have a great day.